All right, Orange Nation, we've heard you. We know you're dealing with this as just like we are. It's been a tough couple weeks. The film's ugly. It's ugly again.
Yeah, I got no
Just like
better than
last week. I'm gonna drink my way through it.
that was pretty much the only way to handle it the last couple of weeks, dude. It got no prettier on Saturday, that's for sure.
So grab a beer, grab a coffee if you don't want to have a beer, grab a whiskey because you might need it, and join us as we enter the film room.
You're watching Domed in Cuse, the quick hit podcast for real Orange fans. If you love Cuse sports, hit like and subscribe.
Okay, guys. So to go ahead and get us started, just before we jump into the film, we're going to talk a little bit about the government shutdown and how it's affecting us.
That
No,
might
we're
be
not.
honestly a
No.
more that might be a more fun topic than watching this film. The bar is
No,
pretty
we're not.
fucking
We're not
low.
doing that. We're not doing that. We're just kidding around. Orange fans, like and subscribe. Join us in the film room here and make sure to like and subscribe. We're going to have some basketball content flying out, some quick pods. We like to do a little bit of those 5-10 minute pods as much as we can, fly things out at you, fly content, especially until we get into like the meat of the season where we can go a little bit longer. We're going to keep those kind of tight. We're going to have some topics for you, go through the team a little bit, go through what we think we're going to see. We'll do a few crushing six packs and stuff. So make sure to like and subscribe to get all of our content. And let's jump into the film room here. All right, Orange fans. We heard from some of you last week. I think we liked the watching the condensed game with us. It's a little bit less of us picking and choosing our plays and just us watching a game together. So let's go through and watch a game chronologically and see what we got. All right. Last game started with us doing a terrible kickoff return, and this game didn't. So that's nice. Another thing that I want to mention there is, this has been a theme all season. We haven't really let teams break big kickoff returns on us, so that's nice to see. Here's Kevin Jennings getting a nice run. He's a pretty dynamic player. We ended up stopping them, and we were going to quickly skip ahead here to us getting the ball, 3rd and 1. Willis doing a good job running straight ahead there and getting the first down, which is going to be a theme we'll see later. Here he goes, addicted to the hurdle game, smashing Y. Love to see it. Big boy gets up. We get a first down there. Pretty much the theme of this drive was all running. Here's the one pass to Will Nixon. I do want to talk about this pass for a second. This is a play concept we ran quite a lot last year. It's also a play concept we've run quite a bit this year. As you're going to see, you're going to have a TE who's doing kind of like a mid, let's call it a curl or an out. They have an option there, and then a running back in the flat. And essentially, what the QB here is doing is the QB is reading the defense, trying to pick which guy he's got. Ricky makes the right decision here and throws it to his running back. Not a great throw. He throws it a little behind Nixon, but whatever. Um, he does a good job. He finds the guy that he's supposed to see. He's supposed to get. He did not do this all game, and this is one of the concepts Nixon likes to run a lot, and it's a very effective concept, and it makes it easy on your quarterback. Ricky has to hit these.
100%, dude. This, like you said, this pops up time and time again, and it's running back out of the flat, right? Like it's a route that's more so going to be there against man coverage, right? And here you see the defenders get mixed up, figuring out who they have. Nixon comes straight out of the backfield. He's open here, and like a lot of times there's other action on the play that's complementary, right? That's a zone beater, right? So on this, it's likely Gill, right, who's looking to find a little gap here. But regardless, we run a lot of these actions with the back in the flat. We saw LeQuint catch a ton of passes last year.
And just for those of
And
you, this is Gil here down the bottom, is what Tab's talking about. You'll see Gil. He's going to pop up here in the middle. This would be an area for a zone beater. A little bit of a theme to what you're talking about there, Tab. One thing we're going to see on film, SMU didn't take a lot away. There was a lot of guys open. So even if he had chosen to wait here and throw this to Gill, that's open. So there's a lot that's open all game.
Totally.
All right, let's move on to the next play here.
One thing about this drive, too, and I will say, I do like that we started with Willis in this game. I know we went to Valari here on 4th and short, but the first play of this game was a Willis run for us on offense, which we've been asking for, and I appreciate that we started that way. He did hesitate on that run, which I know we will address at a certain point in this, has been a theme a little bit, and we need to address as a coaching staff because we just want him running effectively and hard, frankly. But I am glad that we did commit to the run to start this game. The start of this game, I really didn't have a ton of issues with what our general, at least, game plan was, if you know what I mean.
So before we move on to this play, from this play, one thing that I wanted to spotlight here is something we talked about is let's get away from the QB sneak. We clearly are ineffective at it. Something Kyle was good at, but we're not great at. And if we're going to run Valari, let's run him out of the shotgun. And this is a great example. And I love this play because you pull your two tight ends here, Chase Simmons and Clement, and you're able to seal this off. And Valari, who all he needs is a yard here, he's basically able to go one-on-one with like a safety here to be able to get the yard. And that's going to work every time for you. And you're basically sealing this off with a couple great blocking tight ends in Simmons and Clement, who get a great piece of these linebackers on the outside and really allow Valari to get the yard here. So this is something I just want to mention because now we're going to go to the next play.
Yeah.
And we're going to go right back to the stupid QB sneak that doesn't work. Ricky gets no push. Ricky is not Jalen Hurts. Kyle was really good at this because Kyle was smart, and Kyle did it in maybe quick snaps or ways you didn't expect. And then the worst part about this is something that you mentioned in the other pod that we did, the game review. This is a full yard. This isn't inches.
No, it's a full yard. It's a full yard. We were spotted a full yard away. We've got a 180-pound quarterback. Do we think he's getting this? And we're not pushing him. Like, I don't know.
It's almost like we weren't even ready for this.
No, I mean, there's one guy in there pushing him, but like,
and it's Fran Brown Jr. But I would have almost liked to see us hand the ball to Fran Brown Jr. as a fullback.
Seriously, better than that. I did not like that at all. It was not a good play call. And obviously, that just sets the tone in just such a horrible way. Now we have this nice drive. We get a good stop from the defense. We come up empty. Honestly, you could feel this hurt Ricky's confidence. Like, not that there's a lot wrong with this game, but not scoring here hurt. I mean, it was just like, how many drives can we have stall out with him at this point?
Well, we've talked about this. Scoring and getting a lead changes the game.
We agree. We totally agree on this. We're big psychology of a lead, guys. Like,
momentum.
I think it means a lot to be ahead in a football game.
Momentum matters in all sports. We were talking about this. One thing you guys are going to see in the offseason from us is what we're going to call the Lost Files, where Tav and I, we're just going back and forth on something that's not necessarily Syracuse related, and we'll just talk about it. But we were talking a little bit about momentum in sports and how the Yankees, I'm a Yankees fan, I'm going to the game tomorrow. Let's go Yanks. But the Yankees don't put pressure on anybody by running the bases, getting early leads. Like, they play spreadsheet baseball is what I call it. And not getting a lead, not building momentum, it changes how the rest of the game will flow. Because Ricky with a lead is going to be a little bit different. He'll be a little bit more confident. It might also change a little bit of the play calls that Jeff Nixon's going to run. So there's a lot that's going to change when you get a lead. And here's an example where you didn't get a lead, and with a first-time starter, it really hurt you. It really hurt you in this game. Not saying we would have won, but it didn't help.
It didn't help. I agree with you. It just doesn't help. Like, we really needed to get points on the board there. And, like, as you see later in the game,
well, if we did,
confidence wasn't high.
Well, if we did get points there, this is where our defense makes a stop, and now we get the ball back again. And this, I mean, this speaks for itself here. I need to stop this a little bit sooner. But Ricky has the ball, stares down his one receiver. He's staring down his one receiver, and there is no way, looking at this picture, that a throw should be made to Villari here. He is the one guy, I think, on this entire field you cannot throw the ball to.
I mean, yeah.
There are three guys around him, and all three guys are looking at the quarterback. You know, if you throw it over here, I think this is Jonte over here. If you throw it to Jonte, look at his look at his defender. His defender's looking the other way. If you throw it over here, I think this is JRS. If you throw it to JRS, JRS's defender is 5 yards off him. You have a window here to make this play. If you wait 1 second and let whoever this is, I don't know if this is Clement or not, working down the middle. If you give this receiver a second to work down the middle, he's going to be wide open because all three defenders are reading Ricky's eyes. Whereas Ricky, he's locked into Villari. This freeze frame tells a story of the entire game here.
100%, dude. It's just like he's not seeing the field. He's making a decision with the ball before it's snapped. Like he wasn't going anywhere else with this. Like you said, up top, the guy's open. He's already inside that DB. Down at the bottom, Willis is open here in the flat too. If he wants it, it's still not the right throw. It should go up top, but Willis is there. And then, like you said, like if he lets this guy pass, like he's going to run this out route. He's probably going to be there based on the guy's all locked in on his eyes here. It's just, you can't make this throw. You just can't make this. This is a huge, huge error.
If you go back and you watch, one sec, Tab, if you go back and you watch our video from earlier in the year when Steve Angeli was named the starter, one of the things we did in that video is we talked a lot about Kyle, and we kind of broke down a little bit of the tape of Kyle. And one of the things that Kyle did really well was Kyle would see the underneath guy, and he would wait a second if he could and let the routes develop to potentially take the guy deeper down the field, right?
Yeah.
And we asked ourselves, is that something that Angeli will be able to do? Because it's a high-level QB thing to do, but it is what makes a difference at this level is, can you take that extra second, let the route develop, and have the patience to work the ball down the field? If you can't, defenses will compress, three guys will focus on one guy, and you'll never have anybody open. If in college you allow guys to work down the field and you throw it over the top, guys will start becoming open all game. Guys down the field, guys short the field. But if you don't prove to a college defense that you're willing to take the patient route and take this guy down the middle, then they're going to sit on these short ones and you're never going to complete anything. And anything that you do complete, you're going to get your running backs, your tight ends, you're going to get them killed because guys are just going to be waiting to tee off on them.
Totally, dude. You're spot on. And like, it's a pillar of this offense, you know, like the reason why this football team is effective and like the past year and a half has all been built around this is we are a downfield passing attack. And we can also pick teams apart over the middle if they come try to beat us with pressure, right? We need to be able to make these throws to be successful in this Jeff Nixon offense. Like, it's just a critical component of what we are trying to do as a football team. And you can see we are not good enough across the board to not do this well right now. And it's just, we're watching a quarterback struggle with this, right? And it's clear the rest of the team is not really built to withstand this right now. Like, and obviously we've got a bunch of great pass catchers. We're not utilizing as well as we can right now. It's just, it's a tough situation. Like you said, this throw, I think, is really kind of emblematic of just really what the last 2.5 games have really been like.
And you can also see, the other thing is you could see people getting upset. You could see people getting visibly frustrated. But the one thing that I really want to point out here, and this is the key to this is not a physical issue for Ricky Collins.
No,
Ricky can physically make all of the throws. He's got a great arm. He looks great when the ball is thrown. The ball comes out really nice. He throws a catchable ball. He throws nice spirals. Everything physically with Ricky looks great. But it's this processing part and it's this thinking the game through that is just not there. And it's very concerning because I don't know how much better he's going to get at that. And I don't think it's going to happen immediately if it does happen.
I'm with you, dude. And look, I mean, this is a clean pocket. There's no pressure on this play. Like, it's just, it's a toss right into the defender's hands.
Easy interception. It's an easy interception.
These guys were calling dibs on that pass. I mean, like, whoever.
If he didn't intercept it, the other guy was gonna to. And if that guy didn't intercept it, the other guy was gonna kill Villari because he's standing right there, gonna kill him. The safety.
So, it's just.
It's intercepted twice, and Villari's dead.
Right.
I mean, you cannot throw this ball.
You can't throw the ball. You can't throw it.
We're making a big deal because this is a key play that we identified, and I also don't love that play call. 1st and 10 from your own 10, throwing that with Ricky, when on the first drive you basically admitted you didn't want to throw it with him, and your defense has now had 2 stops. Here they come up with a 3rd straight stop. So, we've maligned the defense a lot this year. We've gone after them. It hasn't been good enough. This, that. The defense was fantastic here. To come out of this first quarter down 3-0 was a godsend because our offense could not have been worse. Stopped on the 1-yard line, interception, 3 and out. And now what happens because of all that? Now your defense has lost energy. And I think Ricky, at least, because he's a Fran guy and it's a Fran culture, Ricky's at least going to take the accountability here. And he did say, hey, your defense isn't going to hold teams when your offense isn't giving them the energy. And we didn't give them the energy here. And it was tough. It's I don't blame the defense for what ends up happening when they give up the touchdown and this game starts to get out of hand kind of quickly.
Yeah, I'm with you, dude. Like, at this point, the defense had just given us what we're going to get out of this defense, right? They pretty much put up what should have been, I mean, for the most part, scoreless quarter. Like, we gave them the ball on the 10-yard line, right? They held them to 3 there. We got nothing going. And then by this point, like, we know, like this is the Syracuse defense. I do want to stop on this play for a second because this is a good play. We knew this was coming, right? Like, that play down the seam there too, or down the left side, like Moultrie Goddard's in there, who I actually was glad to see play, and he did have a nice hit later that I want to call out. But that's not what he's going to be great at, is playing.
But they also didn't do a bad job. Like, this is another drive where
a great throw, and like that's a couple things from Jennings. Is a drive later in the first half. It's like, yeah, he's a good player, and this is just
it's
a really
good offense.
It is. Like, Lashley drew this up. This guy 8 runs an awesome route on this route.
Look at this stick route. Look at that stick route. I mean, it's beautiful. And Kerr he gets jammed a little bit. He loses his guy. But again, this is something you asked from your college team, right, Tav? We got him to 3rd and 9. We forced them to continue to execute down the field. So it's not like they got a quick score or they got a quick touchdown. They had to execute their way down the field. And that's going to happen sometimes in college. And it happened on this drive where they executed their way down the field, and we had them in a 3rd and 9, and they were just able to make a play.
I agree. And it's a really, look, it's a great stick route, like you said. That's a nice rub by the other guy there who rubs Kerr, makes it almost impossible for him to make any play there. Like you said, Lashley is a good coach. Like, he draws up some nice stuff on offense.
And it's a good offense.
The defense was going to break. This is a good offense. Like, they didn't particularly play well, but this is a good offense.
But it doesn't, like, any college offense is going to eventually score, and this is a good one, and it's got a good QB and a bunch of fast receivers, and they were going to break on us eventually.
Yeah.
Here's a throw I wanted to mention. I want everybody to watch Ricky on this throw. It's not a bad throw, but he completely bails out.
Yeah.
Steve Angeli stands in there and takes a hit. All right, Tav, let's hear it.
I mean, your best player, 240-pound running back. How do you not get this first down here? You want the ball more. You get this. Like, I don't know how many times we got to bring it up. I don't know why it's not being brought up with the coaching staff. Stop with the hesitating, particularly in the short yardage. I don't want it any time. Like, you got to hit this hole harder. This isn't horribly blocked. There's not crazy penetration on this play.
Well,
you've got to get this. You've got to get this. And then like the fourth down play, the next play, I know it's not shown here. I don't really love the call. He's in like a short setup.
He's in a fullback spot. But before we say this isn't horribly blocked, Ferguson is not a good pulling guard.
No,
I don't want to take away from what you're saying, because what you're saying is 100% right. Yaz in there has to just get up. He just has to get into the hole. Just go hard, go straight through. If he goes straight through the middle here, it doesn't matter who's blocking. If he goes straight through, he gets the yard. Straight through the middle there, he gets it. He has to do that. I totally agree. However, Ferguson as the pulling guard here, Ferguson needs to pull, and he cannot miss 9. Villari is the one tight end on a defensive end. Ferguson has to take that guy and allow the safety that he actually ends up blocking to go one-on-one with Willis, because that's one Willis is going to win as opposed to the defensive lineman. And Ferguson just decides to take the first guy he sees because he doesn't get the concept here. He has to stick his nose in behind Villari and give Willis that opportunity to run right behind him, because what Willis is looking for here, and I know he should just run it up the gut and just get the first down, but what he's looking for is the concept of running behind your pulling guard, which is what you're supposed to do. And he's trying to wait to let Ferguson get that first push, and he's going to run behind Ferguson. But the problem is Ferguson should first take care of the defensive lineman, not the cornerback. He ends up taking like 29 here as a cornerback. And Willis is trying to get behind him, and because Ferguson is late getting there and then taking the wrong guy, that's what really hurts us. Now, I don't want to excuse it because, again, Willis should totally just take this ball right up the gut and get the first down.
I hear you. I don't think we ever need to be pulling Ferguson on a short yardage play ever. Like, we'll talk about it again later. Like, he doesn't do this well. He just doesn't.
No, it's not his strength.
He doesn't move his feet well, and that's part of the problem. Like, he's kind of late getting there, and then he's not sure who to block, right? And then he kind of shuffles past the guy, and then he kind of chooses the other dude. And you're right. That is sort of why Willis slows down. He's just got to hit this. But
no, I don't want to excuse Willis, because you're totally right. But Willis is trying to run the concept on this play.
I get it, but he's got to know down and distance.
Totally. No, I totally agree with you. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I am trying to explain what else is happening here. And one thing that we saw on that first drive with when we had Villari in the shotgun, we threw Clement and Simmons in the backfield.
Yeah.
And then we had them both pull. Why wouldn't we do a similar concept here? You have Fran Brown Jr., who does a pretty good job getting a block, right? But Fran Brown Jr. is way ahead of Ferguson. He should be with Ferguson because Ferguson's late getting there. You see Fran Brown's ahead of him. And that's the problem, is the timing on this play is completely fucked.
Because you got the wrong guy moving. You know, that's what it comes down to. The timing gets fucked because the guy who you have pulling is not the one who should be pulling.
I think you should have gone 2 fullbacks in there with Fran Brown Jr. and with Clement, and allow Clement to get that second block because he's much better at pulling. He's much better in that situation.
Or just don't pull.
Or just don't pull. Just let Fran Brown run in there and give Yazin a chance.
There's a play we run like in a little bit too, where we throw Willis actually the ball on a toss, which you think would be counterintuitive, but it doesn't give him an opportunity to run sideways because he just catches it and runs straight, you know? And like, it is what it is. But anyway, by this point, we have now put the defense.
This is actually a great play. This is actually a great play design. So I just want to call us out because I'm a Lashley fan. I really think Lashley is great. This is a great play design. Watch this guy come over the middle here, run across. You've got everybody else running to the other side of the field, and you're dragging your tight end here in the middle across and over. It's a great play design. It's one I use all the time in NCAA. It works like a charm. Everybody runs one direction, and you run one guy the other direction. The one guy running the other direction just has to beat one man, and he's in the end zone.
Totally. I mean, by this point, like we said, you know, we were due to give one up here. We were due for a wide open touchdown. Like I said, it's a good concept. I think that's Buxton gets pulled inside, like you said, by the guy running kind of.
But you know what I hate? Who's this? Who's that?
I believe that's our buddy David Reese.
What's he do really well, Tav?
Rush the passer.
What does he not do on this play?
He's playing coverage.
The scheme is so bad.
Just
Ricky makes a nice run here. Puts his head down a little bit. Yeah, I like that.
It's a good effort from Ricky. If you go back, though, dude, I want to go back, though. Can we go back and look at that play? Because this is actually, no, the running play I have less of an issue with. Yeah, go back to Ricky's run. This is a good effort, though. I do want to watch this again.
Ricky's run here.
Yeah. Yeah, no real issues with this one. He just makes, honestly, a really good... This was some toughness from Ricky. I appreciated this. He threw his shoulder, and he was trying to make a play.
The one thing I won't question is Ricky's heart and toughness. I think it's all there.
Again, this was actually the call I was just talking about. I liked this play. Like, short toss, you get Willis basically on the run moving forward, and you don't give him the opportunity to dance, you know?
I actually am surprised that this isn't something we've gone to more, especially in the goal-to-go situations, because it worked against Tennessee. We were trying to run up the middle one of those times against Tennessee, and then we just tossed it to Willis on the outside, and it pretty much leaves him one-on-one with defensive backs, and he's going to get a yard every time.
I agree. So I like.
Also, you know who's in the game here? Look at big number 76 running down the field. Yeah. Hell yeah, that guy's a fucking leader. That guy needs to play more. I don't know how many snaps he's physically able to play at this point, but whatever he's physically able to play, he needs to play. And I don't care if it comes at the expense of Ferguson or Cruz. It does not matter to me. Big Byron is maybe our best offensive lineman.
This was the best throw of the game from Ricky.
And this is the whole thing with Ricky, is this is in his bag.
Yeah.
Throw this. If he throws this 10 times and it gets intercepted, I don't care if it gets intercepted on this play. I don't want the 5-yard hook route intercepted at our own 10. I don't mind the 40-yard bomb down the field if it gets intercepted. It's a punt.
Yeah, I'm with you. Take some shots. And, this is, again, a concept that he is better at. It's these zone defenses where these guys, he has an opportunity to throw what is probably his first read down the seam. It's the hit throw he made to Jonte in the game last week versus Duke. It's a very similar kind of idea. It's just the coverage is further downfield. JRS beats this over the top. It's a good throw. It's accurate. It's a well-timed, well-delivered throw.
Again, so many fourth down attempts. This is the worst throw of the day.
Yeah.
So I want to pause here because this is...
plays here? Were there plays in between this?
Yeah, a few to get us down to 4th and 2.
Can we go back to those for a second?
Oh, not in the highlights, no.
Oh, not in the highlights. Okay. There's one. Sorry, it's the next drive I want to look at. There's a couple plays in there.
I just want to call this out because this is something that we talked about in the game review, and it's just one thing that I want to call out when it comes to Ricky and understanding situations as a QB and whatnot. So a few games ago, we played Clemson. There was a play to Darryl Gill. And Steve threw a deep ball, and I know it's a deep ball, so why are you comparing it? But Steve threw a deep ball to Darryl Gill where Darryl Gill was so wide open. All you needed to do was give him a chance to catch it because he was 10 yards past the Clemson guy. Steve makes what is not a good throw whatsoever on that play because he throws it way high and wide. However, it's such a smart throw, and it's such a I know how to play quarterback throw because he lofts it so high in the air that he gives himself a huge margin of error, saying it doesn't really matter where this ball ends up because I've lofted it so high that I've given Gill the chance to look, find the ball, and adjust to it. And we know, we've talked about it all year, our receivers are excellent. Gill, JRS, Cook, Villari, even Willis and Nixon are both really good out of the backfield. All around, our guys catching the ball are really, really good. We need to give them chances to make plays.
Yeah.
Angeli understood that. And he made
that here.
No, he made a throw that even though it was a bad throw, it was such a good throw because he gave his receiver a chance, and Gill ends up making an incredible fingertips catch where he catches it, takes 2 steps, and then runs into the wall. Remember the Clemson Tiger gives us the surrender cobra. But you know what I mean? Like, and that's a catch that I called out at the time, and I was like, this is such a great play by Angeli. And most college kids don't even make this catch. They're worried about the wall. They're worried about getting their foot in bounds. They're worried about not bobbling it. But our receivers do make that catch.
Yeah.
So in this situation, when you're about to have Willis as wide open as he is, just throw this ball as high in the air as you can towards the front pylon and let Willis go track it down. Because he will. He's that good of an outside receiver. He really is. He's a great receiver I've seen. From what I've seen, he's a great receiver in my opinion. Put it to the front pylon, throw it up in the air, and let him go chase it. He is so wide open here. So wide open. This guy's not catching him. Number 12 here is not catching him. He's blitzing the QB. Number 3 is 12 yards away from him. If this ball is floated towards the end zone, it doesn't matter where it is, Willis is going to catch it for a walk-in touchdown. But you throw a dart at him, and you actually throw it nowhere near him.
Nowhere near.
This is a throw that I am sorry. When a guy is this wide open, you cannot miss this. This cannot be missed.
I mean, every quarterback in the country has to hit this throw. You got to hit this throw. This is as wide open of a layup as you're going to get in college football for a touchdown.
A high school quarterback has to hit this throw.
Yeah, 100%, dude. You got to
a high school quarterback who's going D3 has to hit this throw. A high school quarterback who's not even going to play college has to hit this throw.
This was like, I mean, there was this and that Valari interception were just like, okay, you know, like I like rubbing my temples watching this game. It's like, I don't know what I'm watching. You know, we got to be better than this. And I felt for Ricky, but it was unraveling pretty bad at this point. Like, and you're missing this, like, this is like you've kind of lost it, right? Like,
and I love Willis. The body language has to be better here.
Yeah, you're right. The body language from the team got bad. Our body language overall was not great, and his was not good here.
And we are being, I'm going to say it outright. We are being hard on Willis because we think he's
we think he's the best player probably on the team talent-wise. We're holding him to a high standard because we believe in him. Like, he is that good. We firmly believe this is an NFL player we're watching. Like, and
I think we're holding him to the highest standard on the team.
Totally. I completely agree.
And so he's going to get more criticism maybe than other people would. And if other people aren't as good as him, they're not going to get as much criticism. But it is because we think he legitimately is the best player on our team. And he is in my opinion, he might be the best running back in the ACC. So when we're calling out these small things that he could do better, the reason we're doing that is because we think he is that good.
This is what'll take him from like a very good running back to all conference, you know, NFL draft pick level player, you know.
The other thing,
I will make it firm to know, none of this was his fault on this play. You know?
No, but we're going to hold him to that higher standard. We're going to hold him to that higher standard of, we don't want you to get frustrated. We want you to keep your head in the game. The other thing is, and he should take a look at LeQuint in the NFL right now and understand this. He is a great college player. He is one of the great college players, I think. He is a great Syracuse running back, has the potential to be up there with LeQuint, Sean Tucker in the modern day of great Syracuse running backs, in my opinion. I think he could be right there with those guys. But the one thing is, look at those guys. When they get to the NFL, they are third-string guys who have to work their way onto the team. Sean Tucker was one of the most productive college running backs I've ever seen. I still think he's a great player. I still think he deserves more in the NFL. He is a third down back at best who gets special teams looks, who has to be a great guy on the team, and he's just a bit part, right? Yeah. LeQuint Allen, what have we seen from Liam Cohen that's been like, LeQuint Allen's a great player? Oh, LeQuint's a great blocker. What are they using him as? A blocker. LeQuint was one of the best running backs in the country last year. He's a blocker in the NFL. So Willis, we're going to hold him to a higher standard because we expect what we've expected of LeQuint and Tucker in the past. And I want to see Willis make Collins better, and you're not going to do it with this body language.
Totally. And honestly, I think the other thing to call is like both those guys too, right? In their sophomore seasons, we weren't very good.
We're bad.
Right? We were not good teams. Sean Tucker lit it up on a not very good Syracuse team every week. He showed up every week and lit up the entire league. And LeQuint Allen, that second half of the year, was basically playing on offense by himself. We could not throw the ball. And he showed up every week and busted his ass. And I think it's like part of the reason why I think a lot of the fan base holds him in such a strong regard. Obviously, he was awesome last year. But we watched a guy who was out there wearing the jersey through some of the toughest times you can go through, like non-competitive games. And he is the only guy out there continuing to play. Like
a quarterback with a broken shoulder.
That's not what Willis is doing. It's just like this is the standard that's sort of set for this position at Syracuse. This is like a special position at this school, right? Like it's a thing that we're going to get held to a certain standard playing running back at Syracuse, and it's because he's capable, dude. This kid is awesome. He's going to be an awesome player, and I think like we want to make sure, frankly, like we get the most out of his career at Syracuse. Right?
No offense to Nixon, no offense to Jaden Hart. We're not holding them to this same standard.
Not the same thing.
No, it's not the same thing. We legitimately think this guy could be LeQuint. I just want to, let's take a minute here to reflect on LeQuint because I wish we had I wish we had started this podcast when LeQuint was still here. He's one of our all-time favorite dudes that ever came through the program. Tav, I think both of us, we've always watched the program closely. Like when we were at school, we went to every game despite them losing 10, 12 games a year. And we've seen a lot of guys come in and out of this program. I don't know that I've ever felt as special about a guy. There's two guys I feel very special about, and it's LeQuint and Marlowe, who were here through some of the toughest times and kind of came out on the other end. And one of the reasons for that is, Dino did a great job stabilizing this program. He did. But in his last year, losing Garrett Schrader basically early in that season and playing with a quarterback who had a broken shoulder who could not do anything, we ended up in a place where we were scrabbling together games at the end. And it wasn't about how good we were. It was about the kind of character you put on the field. And LeQuint was emblematic of that. He was a character guy through and through. He's a guy I would run through a wall for. He's a guy who I don't care what his numbers were at Syracuse, and he had good numbers at times at Syracuse, especially last year in the receiving game, but I don't care what his numbers were. LeQuint was a special, special player at this school, and he was a special guy. He was a special leader. He took it all on, and when a new coach came in the middle of his career, and a new coach brought in a big-time running back named Willis, what did LeQuint do? LeQuint bought right in. He bought right in. He bought right into the program. We became a pass-heavy offense. What did he do? He caught every pass you could. He caught every pass you could. He was a leader. He was a great player. And I think Willis is capable of all of those things. And judging by his post-game interview, I know behind the scenes he's working to be that guy. And I think we're going to get there with him. But this is an example of something, it's got to be better.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And that's just more about how special LeQuint was.
Orange. And I will say these next couple plays, I think it was, and there was a play down the sideline right before this. Legit awesome throws from Jennings. Like, there's no bad defense on these couple throws. Like, these guys are here. Like, this is a great throw.
It's a great throw.
You're playing against a good quarterback,
Gary Bryant's in great coverage there. You had the guy over the top. They start
with some outside runs, and Syracuse doesn't do well versus these.
No.
I mean,
the jet sweeps, the outside runs.
They started to figure that piece out, and that threw us for a loop there. Along with a lot of bubble screens with us just not having the right numbers on the outside.
All right, folks. So we're gonna go through a few more plays from the first half. Tav has a few more spotlighted from the condensed game versus the highlights. So we'll just go through and talk about a few more of those. Tav, take it away.
This was another one from Ricky here. 3rd and 7. Again, it's not a horrible outcome. We do scramble and get a first down here, but I just want to show there's 3 open options on this play, and he ends up taking a hit in this situation, and we could have, again, probably had a chunk play in a couple of these instances. So 3rd and 7, I don't think he's seeing the field great, but we start the play, drop back here, stop. This is the throw. He's inside. This guy is on the wrong foot. This guy is wide open here. That's a window. Second, JRS, also wide open right here. He's staring right at it. We go another second further. Stop. Still wide open. Does not throw the ball. Will Nixon, wide open. We'll get this first down if we just simply toss it to him here. He's got to get to like the 32. He's going to get it. Instead, Ricky pulls this down. And again, it's a decent play or decent outcome, but there's 3 guys who could make this play. And it's a throw where the ball needs to come out, right? Like
the one here that I don't mind him not throwing to Villari. I don't mind him not throwing to Nixon, but the JRS one
wide
is
open, dude. Like
he's gotta hit that because it is so wide open.
It's just
like Nixon on whatever. Nixon gets the same amount of yards he does, but JRS legitimately gets 15, 20 yards on that play.
Again, there's just options here, dude. It's like, go to one of them. Like, it's a decent outcome, but it's just not. It's not how we can have the offense run. It's not on time. I just want to do very quickly. It seems simple, dude, but it's just like it's again with the personnel matching on the offensive line. We'll see quickly here. Big Byron is in the game at right guard. He's in the game here. So you would think, let's run behind him. Let's get him moving forward. What do you think happens here, dude? We throw a wide receiver screen is what happens. So move forward, quick snap. We send him in motion. Wide receiver screen to Jonte. There's Big Byron. Obviously is not going to get out there laterally. It's not what he does best. Why are we doing this? Simply put, why are we doing this? It's just, let's use our personnel for what they're good at. Like, just nonsense.
So end of half here. End of half. We're going to go through the condensed game here at the end of half because it's a little bit better view of it. Here we go. 2 minutes left. We get the ball. Let's see if we can drive down the field here. Great throw.
It was a good throw.
This was there all game. If
I'm not mistaken, this was like right after we just missed a wide open one here too. So it was nice to hit this one. This play. This is that same concept we were talking about earlier, dude. It's the same concept. Running back out of the flat, tight end inside. It's right after he's missed this throw to Willis. Watch how open Will Nixon is on this play.
I mean, it's a man versus zone read. If it's zone, you throw it to the running back. If it's man, you throw it to Villari.
Opposite, but yes.
Oh, shit. We'll cut that.
But they brought a blitz. There's just nobody over there. And Nixon is... he could have a tea party. He would gain 35 yards on that. But he just missed that throw on the other side to Willis. I don't think he wants to make it there. It's not a horrible outcome, again, but it's a 30-yard play if he throws it up top.
It's a good play by Jonte here to get the first down on the screen.
Yeah. He should have thrown the other one there.
That one wouldn't really mattered.
It's the same concept. Well, I don't know. I think Dan, if he throws it on the inside, can catch it on the move in the middle. You don't get Nixon killed there. It's
Yeah,
the wrong throw.
nobody's really open on this play. I'm not going to kill Ricky
Dan
for this
is
one.
wide open in front of him, dude. He's wide
Yeah,
open.
but there's a guy right there. He's not going to get 10 yards. He's going to get 7. It's the same
The throw
thing.
is to Dan. You don't throw it to a coverage guy in a hard flat like that. Like that's
Yeah,
the
I mean,
wrong
that's
throw.
fair.
You're gonna
Yeah,
get your guy killed there every time. Like
okay, it's 4 yards versus 7. I'm not going to criticize
it's not
him
even
too
just
much
about
personally.
the yardage though, dude. It's about what happens to the receiver when you get him killed like that. Like that's why all these players are throwing their hands up. Like it's the wrong read. He doesn't know what he's looking at. And it skips the highlight here where we have the meltdown on the sideline, but it's just kind of a mess there.
Take a
The
sack
thing on
here
that
on 2nd and
concept,
20.
the previous concept of the issue is he makes the wrong read almost every time. He throws it to the back when it's zone, and he doesn't throw it to the tight end when it's zone, and then he throws it to the tight end when it's man, and doesn't throw it to the back when it's man, and that's the problem. Like he doesn't know what he's supposed to do, and the reflex is wrong, you know. And I don't know if it's reps. I don't know what it is, but we've just got to get it fixed. The running got better in the second half. I'll give that to him.
This is a great throw by Jennings here.
Yeah, Jennings started to feel himself here in like the middle part of this game.
It's a good run here. Another example of, I mean, this is a great play by Demetrius, but another example of where it's just 2-on-3. It's just so obvious it's going to be a screen. It's 2-on-3.
It's a good call, but they started just doing this the entire second half. Like anytime they,
but I mean, it's so obvious. It's 2-on-3, and it's actually a great play by Samuel because number 2 just doesn't give a shit and block at all. But Samuel does a great job reacting to this. I thought he was excellent all game. We spotlighted him on our game breakdown. I thought he was so excellent. This is an example of him just making a great play.
Totally
but a terrible play call here from a defense perspective.
Some of these are, it's entertaining. This is the same route, similar route concept they ran in the first half for the touchdown.
Yeah, a good job here by Jennings, recognizing a blitz here from, I think that's Buxton or Moultrie Goodard. I'm not sure who that is. I think it's Buxton. And he's just doing the thing of blitz is coming, throw it to where the guy's coming from. Works every time. Good quarterback play. Of course, we haven't fooled anybody in a couple of years now. Good stop by the defense here. Gary.
Chase Simmons.
Yeah, Chase Simmons in the backfield. Ugh.
We did not stop him here.
Tremble does a great job here. He gets picked a little bit here at the line. That's honestly pass interference, to be honest with you. This is completely pass interference. The pass is beyond the line of scrimmage. 82 is not allowed to interfere with Tremble here. And the pass being past line of scrimmage, that's offensive pass interference. That's just a missed flag. There's nothing Jamie's going to be able to do about that. He did a great job trying to cover on it. And he did a good job making the tackle, not letting it be a longer route there.
It's just a good scheme from them.
Well, it's pass interference. It's not a good scheme. It's a penalty.
Yeah, but it's a tough play to call because it's right around the line of scrimmage. You know, like
fair. It's a good job scheming up a penalty that the ACC refs can't fucking see because they're fucking blind. I actually really like this play again here from Willis. This is what we're talking about. Get in the hole and get upfield. Good job. Like to see him do that more. But that's really good from him. I don't think this was called a fumble, but I'm pretty sure it should have been.
Yeah, it should have been a fumble. It landed in the guy's hands. He didn't really grab it. Landed in his stomach.
I guess Ricky gets it back. I mean, that's completely a fumble.
I mean, I don't think the guy realized the ball was in his bicep.
Great
This was a
stack
great
here.
play from Jamie. This was a good move.
I like the celebration too.
His little Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, a little Goku fire, dude.
Our run defense was better in this game for a lot of it. The outside run still got to us eventually, but
And again, like I can't. You have 3 players and we have 2. This is an RPO. This is not anything that every college team in America does not do. It is a classic RPO. He can hand it to the back, or if he sees that he has an advantage on the outside, he can throw it. And what does he do? He has got a 3-on-2. And we did this all game. Great pursuit by Hawkes to almost try to get there, but this is just a mismatch.
Totally, dude. And like they're going to run this all game if we give it to them, and they did.
Honestly, they should have run it more. They didn't run it enough, and they run it almost every play. A trick play. That shit works on us again. Good job not getting beat deep on it. And that's a great throw by Jennings. Just finding your open guy, get the yards you can, and a good run here after the catch. You know, a lot of this stuff from the defense, I'm not so mad at the defense for. Jennings played pretty well. Like, this is another good effort by the defense.
Simmons saw this. I
Hurd
thought he
was
had
there.
Thought he had a couple plays that popped on tape, dude. I think he's
totally. This is a great job setting the edge here. Don't lose contain. Force him back inside where your linebackers are. That's excellent defensive line play by Simmons.
It is. He's earned more playing time.
They've given it to him, to be fair. Again, this is another one. Look where Raheem Long is. It's 1-on-2. What are we doing?
It's like, he didn't make the tackle because he had to run 12 yards to
because
get
he's the only guy who realizes it. He's like, wait, why are we 1-on-2? He's like, oh, shit, I better get over there. This is, again, it's an RPO.
And we're not lined up. I think 32 is trying to get over there, but we're not lined up.
But
I mean, I share whatever feeling you're going through there. It's befuddling. I mean, look at this, dude.
It's actually a great effort by Raheem Long here. It's a great effort. I give Raheem a ton of credit.
That nobody else is even close.
And Hurd just gets truck sticked here. I mean, this is not good. But why isn't Antoine in the game here? I don't know. I guess it's over. Who cares? Poor Demetrius. He's 1-on-2. He's getting held, by the way. By the way, that's holding because they've got a hold on Demetrius. He's doing his best.
He had all day to make that move because there was nobody else over there. He had to hold him.
And they're not calling holding on it, so whatever. Because Demetrius is doing his best out there. Terrible. Terrible throw. Great catch. Terrible throw. Ross, again.
I'm
throwing into double coverage, but he made a great catch.
I'm happy to see him healthy, and he looks good, dude. He looks good. He looks
like
I'd like
to see more of him.
Does he not? He looks like a JRS, kind of
clone a little bit. Yeah. That's a great throw. This is something we needed more of in this game. It's a great throw here by Ricky. Because this was there all game. I can't tell you how many times we stopped things and we were like, hey, listen, this guy is in completely the wrong position. And if you give it 1 second, he's going to be wide open down the field.
And this is the throw he can hit. It's this one down the seam here. He hit it a few times.
But he can't because it's there all game, and he doesn't hit it all game. He hits it like 3 times.
He's capable of making the throw. He missed it a few times. He didn't see it a few times. You're right. Like,
but you know what I mean? Like, how many times did we spotlight something where we're like, hey, look at this guy. This guy's in coverage, and he's near our guy, but he's flat-footed or he's on the wrong foot, and if you just give it 1 second, that guy's going to be past him wide open down the field. I'm thinking back to the Villari one you called out where he's running across the field, and Ricky just throws it to Gill before giving Villari the chance to clear the defenders and be wide open.
Yeah, it's totally it. And it's like there were so many opportunities for this game. SMU's defense was just like begging us to score points. I mean, they were busting coverages left and right. We didn't take advantage of most of them, but this field was
I
wide.
also wanna this run is here. This run is here. It's a great run by Ricky. This run is here because there's one guy I want to spotlight. Look at big old 76 here. His guy doesn't even get anywhere near the quarterback. His guy doesn't get in the same zip code as the quarterback. He pushed that guy to Houston. Holy shit, Byron. God damn. You know what? The one thing that I see on tape consistently from this team, and even if we go back to this Villari play, is Byron Washington is our best lineman. This kid's going to be a stud. He has the potential to legitimately be a first round pick.
Yeah, I think so. I think so too.
I mean, look at this guy. No, and he will. He's a freshman. Look at 93. 93 doesn't get anywhere near the quarterback. He ran into a brick wall in Byron.
Look how it's just funny how small he makes him look.
I'm just trying to get excited about something, and Byron just manhandling defensive linemen like they're me. Like that guy looks like I'm rushing the quarterback against him.
I'll get excited about Big Byron with you every day of the week, dude.
Here we go again, Byron. Look at that. He pushes his guy down, and Ricky gets open into the end zone.
This is actually a good move from Ricky. I was actually happy to see him get in the end zone because it just.
But look at Byron. Something. Get your guy, hit him to the ground. You know what's actually great from Byron here? He doesn't bail this defender out when Ricky makes a good move by holding him or something.
No,
he kind of misses him, and he doesn't take a penalty. A lot of guys there would try to do too much and try to take a penalty. Instead, he lets Ricky make a play, and Ricky does make a great play here. Look at that little juke by Ricky.
It's a great move.
And he gets upfield.
I actually like seeing him run a little more confidently on that last drive. I know they're kind of playing prevent, but that was nice, you know?
But if he's going to improve, that's where it's got to be.
Yeah.
Let's see more of that run. We also didn't do any read option, and I wish we would do some more read option. Great pressure here by AD, the Frenchman.
Yeah.
He gets great unabated pressure to the quarterback, causes Jennings to have to throw this a little bit earlier than he wanted to. And Kerr, again, when Kerr has like a one-on-one route against a guy, especially when that guy's kind of just going deep, Kerr has excellent ball skills. Look at this, excellent ball skills. He runs the route for him. That's perfect. That is perfect cornerback play from Kerr.
I think Kerr is a zone corner, dude. He's a very good zone corner. Both of these plays are coming in zone. And not that he's struggling in man, but when he's getting beat, it's in man. He's such a good athlete when he's able to kind of play a little more of a center field and come down on plays and read it. Like, he's good, dude. Like, and you can just see him. He's like baiting that throw.
He wants it.
I like what we're building with those big physical athletic corners out there.
Terrible.
That's
throw.
a type
Can't
I'm
happen.
Into, you know.
This is a terrible throw. You get the interception. Yeah. It's a terrible throw. It can't happen. I mean,
was it? That's fine.
Yeah, a terrible ball. I mean, that's just a terrible ball. It's just to nobody.
Through that shit shows so short. It's like I don't even know, dude. Like, it's not I mean, he quits on the play for sure, but like, it's just such a poorly thrown ball. It's like
it's so poorly thrown, this ball, that I almost assume it has to be a different route here from Gil.
I think he just fucking.
But he might just have thrown that terrible of a pass. I don't know.
I mean,
fuck.
Dude, that's like an impossible throw. Dude. He's trying to throw a back shoulder throw from the left hash. Like, I don't know, dude. I mean, that ball, I think, kind of needs to be out in front of Gil. Like, you got to throw that to the back of the end zone if you're going to try and make that throw.
Good safety here. Poriola, number 1 star, baby. This is a good play by him.
It was a good play, and he played hard in this game. You called it out, and obviously the stars in our recap. Like, I like this kid. I think he plays hard, and he's good coming downhill. And I actually look. The defense had its ups and downs in this game. I'll give them credit because they played till the end of this game. They didn't last week, right? I think we noted that a little bit. We didn't necessarily blame them. They did this week, and I
What were
will
their
give them
downs in this game? I actually thought the defense was good in this game. I know it says
I mean, the middle
31.
part of this game, obviously, like I think like the second quarter when we gave up what was like 21 points or whatever it was, like it just was what it was. Eventually, they were going to break, and we
But
gave
you
them
had a
some short
deflated
fields.
defense against a good offense, you know? Like,
I'm with you. I don't think this by far wasn't the worst defensive effort. This was probably one of the 2 or 3 best of the season.
I don't want to hate on the defense here because I just think that
I'm not.
they gave. I know you're not. I know you're not. I'm just saying in general. I don't want to hate on the defense here because they gave you so much in this game. They kept you in this game. They gave you so much.
You could have won the game with this defensive effort for sure.
I mean, I think they would have been even better had you been in the game, you know?
I don't disagree with you.
It's actually a great catch by Cook here. This is a great catch by Cook here. You know, the one thing I do want to say about Cook is I know his uncle may or may not have, but probably did call into a show and say, hey, you know, my nephew's getting hurt by Ricky not being good, and it's going to hurt him going to the league. I don't believe that at all, personally, because NFL scouts know exactly the situation you're under, and they find kids who play at group of 5 schools. They find kids who play at, you know, any of these schools. If you're good enough, they're going to find you. And if you put on tape what he put on tape with Angeli, which was somewhat electric, right? We can agree that a lot of the stuff he put on tape with Angeli was really good. And then you can still put up decent tape with a quarterback that when you watch, you know isn't as good as Angeli. NFL scouts are going to take that into account. And they're going to say, wow, look at this guy. He had a good attitude with a good quarterback, a good attitude with a bad quarterback. He did it all. I don't think it could necessarily kill you. I mean, that's just my opinion.
I don't either. I'm with you. I don't think it honestly will weigh that. If you can play, they will find you. I think Jonte was actually much better Saturday. Obviously, he had a rough go in that Duke game. That was probably the worst game of his career. Just those couple fumbles.
And to be honest with you, I'm not even talking about Jonte because let's have this conversation. We're gonna pretty much end this. This game was over. This is good, but I do want to have this conversation of let's talk about Trevor Pena for a second. He's done nothing. He doesn't even have 200 receiving yards this year at Penn State.
Yeah, I mean, it just is what it is. He's kind of relegated to a funky role there in an offense that's struggling, right?
He made a mistake. He should not have left Syracuse. He was going to be a featured guy. What does Jonte have? 160 yards with Ricky Collins? He had another performance that was
and a touchdown. Yeah.
He had another performance that was well over 100 yards with Steve.
Yeah.
Trevor Pena would have come back this year at Syracuse, and he would have been the number one guy. We would have featured him in all of the plays. I personally think Trevor is a great player, and I said it preseason. I said I hope it works out for him. It really has not to this point at Penn State. Trevor is very much a guy that runs precise, quick routes, and that does not match Drew Aller's skill set. Drew Aller does not throw tight, precise routes. I don't really think, and the other schools, some of the other schools that we were mentioned in with Trevor, which I don't think were real. I think it was really Penn State or bust. Some of the other schools were Miami. Me and you have been talking about Tyreek Jr., Malachi Toney, who looks unbelievable and is basically playing that Trevor role. So Trevor probably isn't playing there. You also have, UCLA was another school he was maybe rumored to go to. Nico Imaliava just had his best game. He threw for 120 yards. Congratulations, Nico.
Beat Penn State.
He threw it to the running back in the flat beautifully. Another guy, though, that Trevor and him don't really mix. The other school, USC, USC, they have Mekhi Lemon, they have Jacoby Lane. Those guys are studs. He's not necessarily going into USC and superseding those guys. Their third receiver is like the sixth catcher on their depth chart because they have two running backs and two tight ends who catch more balls than that guy. So you're going potentially to another place that's kind of loaded with guys. He would have been the guy here, and I just feel like for Trevor, I feel bad for him. I feel like he would have, even with Ricky, really produced in this offense. I think he could have had a big year, and then people would have looked at it on tape, would have been like, hey, look what he did with Kyle, and then look what he did with Ricky, and he was productive in both offenses. This is a guy we could work with. So I feel terrible for him, but I did just want to call that out of like, hey, you chase the money, you chase the bag in college, it doesn't always work out for you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with you at all. I'm with you. I agree with you on pretty much all the points. He's getting paid well at Penn State, so I don't feel for him on that. Like, do what's best for you, take the payday. I get that. To your point, though, I mean, look at the routes he's running at Penn State. He's basically running jet sweeps and drag routes. Like that's what they have him running there. Like he ran everything in Coach Nixon's offense, right? Like
so much more dynamic.
You see what Jonte runs in this offense, right? Like he is an integral part. We isolate that slot position all the time. It is a playmaking position for us. Like you're going to catch 75 balls and you're going to get 900 to 1,200 yards in this offense, and you're going to see it a lot. Like it's like there's not going to be weeks that go by that you're not seeing the ball 5, 6, 7, 8 times every week.
I don't think it matters who the quarterback is.
I think honestly, like what the story it tells almost better for Syracuse, right? Is like, come here. No, like you come here, you're going to put up numbers. I mean, look, like we do not have obviously a great quarterback situation these last couple of weeks. Jonte's still putting up numbers. I mean, like we're still throwing the ball. It should be a lot better, but like as bad as it is, we've still thrown for like 500 yards the last 2 weeks or something like that. Like
pretty close.
There's room. You're going to put up numbers in this offense. Like Jeff Nixon is going to turn you into an NFL player as a pass catcher and just,
or give you the opportunity to be one.
We'll see how it is. Like I'm hopeful for him. Like I actually am rooting for Trevor. I really liked him. I want him to succeed. I hope he gets a shot in the league, but I wish he was just getting more of an opportunity there. Like that offense is just like Aller's not good enough for them to run a bunch of different concepts, and it's basically kind of resulting in them throwing for 180 yards a game, and he's trying to run for 80 yards a game, which is kind of wild based on what they brought in this offseason.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of a tough situation for him. Again, I don't want it to seem like, I mean, I know it does seem like sour grapes over here for me, but I like you. I echo the thought on. I really like Trevor. I thought he was a great kid when he was here, and I wanted to see him succeed. I wanted to see him do well. I still want to see him make the league. I still think he can make the league. I just worry that he didn't necessarily put himself in the best position, and part of that's going to Penn State. The other part of that is leaving a program where he would have been the guy.
Yeah,